Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we are going to be talking about Daniel Martell, associated with the Lilly and Jack Sullivan case out of Nova Scotia. Daniel allegedly has a new girlfriend, and I spoke to the girlfriend's friend. She was eager to speak with me last night. And we're going to be talking about all the things that I learned. I'm going to be showing you guys some very interesting stuff. And I'm going to be showing you guys some receipts, real conversations. And while two children, Jack and Lily Sullivan, are still missing, this man is whispering, "I love you, babe," in someone else's DMs. And one of these messages stopped me in my tracks. I got to be very honest with you. Was what one of the girlfriends said was when I asked her a question that probably every single one of us would have asked as well. It stopped me in my tracks. And we're going to get on all of this on the other side of this.
Big rain, come along with me. Together with the truth you'll see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun.
Ashley's 1 year old. Love you more, darling. Thank you, Pamela. Appreciate you, my love. Thank you, Lily. Appreciate you, baby. Thank you, Angel. Love you, darling. Thank you so much.
Every laugh, we lift our hearts. In the search, we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Touch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
Pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family.
Thank you so much,
we hold
Rita.
strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them
Thank you, Peacemaker. Appreciate you, my friend.
Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Search stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we
Merci,
send
Esther.
hope and
Thank
show
you, my
we
love.
care.
Appreciate you.
We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Just as hard and they'll support. Together we will hold the fort. Lily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
Well, hello, 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 everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is July 13th, 2025. It is currently 6:51 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all so much. Hello. Hi, guys. Thank you all so much. You all are just truly the best. Absolutely. Good hearts, every one of you. Thank you guys so much for the generosity, memberships, and super chats and all that. I really do appreciate you. I can't do it without you. Thank you so much, Amy, as well. Appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. Thank you all so much. Y'all are what make it possible. Thank you. So I was up till 5:30 this morning, and I was literally up all night working on this live today for this live today. And so what had happened last night is there was a person who came in our chat, and I truly thought it was Daniel or Durwood. And I think a lot of the chat did too. And, we kind of brushed it off and all of that. And then I was going over to Shares last night, and I told you guys that I was going over there if y'all wanted to join us. I was myself, um, who else was it? Mandy, um, I can't think of her name right now. Sorry, my brain's fogged, but Mandy, Sunny joined for a little bit as well, and Tammy. There we go, Tammy. It just takes a minute sometimes. Lyme's disease really messes with your mind sometimes. But anyway, she came over. This person came over there, and again, we thought it was Daniel or Durwood because it seemed like this person knew something a little too much. And we offered him or her at the point we didn't know, to come up. We said, if you're not Daniel or Durwood, come on up. And they didn't come up, but I got to talking to him, and I dropped my phone number right in chat. There you go. And I was on panel, and they called, and I unmuted, and the person hung up. And they were like, no, I don't want to be on panel. So I was like, okay. So I jumped down, and we started talking and texting and all that. And this person in chat after a while, before I was talking with them, they were claiming that their friend was now dating Daniel. And I was very hesitant at first, but after I talked to this person, they showed me that Daniel certainly does have a new girlfriend. Now, I'm going to show you some things. There is something that I appreciate people's honesty, whether I agree with what they say or not, because honesty really is the best policy, right? And I will show you something that she said. And I certainly don't agree with it whatsoever. I certainly don't agree with it, but I do appreciate her honesty in this. Some of you may know what it was from last night. Some of you may not. But we'll get to there. We'll get to there. It's shocking to me that Daniel even remotely is thinking about having another relationship so quickly when he's got a lot of irons in the fire, so to speak. This is someone who his entire life has been turned upside down. 2 children out of 3 children in the home is missing. He just got out of a relationship, and he's already telling a new woman that he loves her. Now, this new girlfriend of his, and we're going to get really deep into it, don't worry. This new girlfriend of his has had a rough couple years herself. And so I think she is a vulnerable individual. I know who the girlfriend is. I have her photo. Um, all of that was given to me. I'm not going to show it, just out of respect. At this point, I'm not going to show it, who she is. Um, but the the girl has children. She has children, and for me, I don't know what the new girlfriend's history is. I just know that she's had a hard time the last couple years. And that being said, I would be very, very, very reluctant, to bring my children around Daniel. Now, listen, do I think Daniel's going to hurt children? No, I don't. Right now, especially because there's way too many eyes on him. Now, and I also want to clarify, I'm really trying to be really fair here. Just because she has kids doesn't mean she would bring them around Daniel. But he can't even be around his own children right now. So he certainly could not be around other people's kids. I'm in the States. If you have a CPS case, you cannot be around any children in your vicinity, right? Like living with you or visiting your home or anything like that. I'm not sure if it's that way in Canada. Oh, Daphne, there's a much bigger red flag than that we're going to talk about. So just hang tight. So guys, if you don't mind, if you would please hit that thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. It helps spread the word. If you would also be so kind and share this on your social media of your choice, click and share that link, drop it in whatever social media platform of your choice, and I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Guarantee you there is someone on your feed that has no idea who Jack or Lily is. Now, RCMP, there's a couple things that they have been clear about, is that they don't believe the children were abducted and taken by some random stranger, and they don't believe that they're alive. But we still don't know at the end of the day. We still don't know. And it seems like these adults, in at this property is worried about protecting themselves only. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you some stuff. We're going to get right into the weeds. Thank you so much. Hey, Jude, really do appreciate you, my dear. If I get any super chats or anything during this time, I will get to him. I promise you. Please don't think I forgot about you or anything. I just am working on a limited amount of sleep already, and so I've got to just stay on track, or otherwise I'll lose it. So I will get to him. I promise you. So a couple things that we did discuss yesterday, but I want to do this one more time. This part right here before we get to the girlfriend and all that stuff. So Daniel has been lying on top of his lies, and it's not a good look to look like a liar, and it's certainly not a good look to lie on top of your lies while 2 children are missing. But I want to just show you this again because I have it kind of all compiled together right now. one thing Daniel has said, and I don't believe, and again, we'll talk about this a little bit later with the girlfriend and all that. I don't believe for a second that Daniel is trying to protect Malaya. I think we can throw that narrative away, in my opinion. I think he's trying to protect himself, and that is an excuse to, throw everything at Malaya. So, Lilly, this is a news source talking about all of the things that allegedly Lilly, the kids, were wearing that day. Lilly is described as having shoulder-length light brown hair with bangs. She might be wearing a pink sweater, pink pants, and pink boots. Martell said she was also carrying a white backpack and strawberries on it. Martell being Daniel, right? That is one thing that Daniel has said. Okay. Here is another. Oops, you all probably can't see that very good, but I'll read it. Lilly is described as 4 feet tall, weighing 60 pounds, with light brown hair and hazel eyes. At the time of her disappearance, Lilly was believed to be wearing a pink Barbie top, pink rubber boots with rainbow print, and carrying a cream collared backpack with strawberry prints. Okay, so we already have in this one, she's wearing a pink sweater, pink pants, pink boots, white backpack, and strawberries on it. So pink sweater here and a white backpack with strawberries on it. Here, Daniel says she is wearing a pink Barbie top, right? And a cream collared backpack with strawberries on it. Okay, so 2 different things right here, right? Sorry, that's the same one. All right, text messages from Daniel. Here, they're asking about what the children are wearing. And Daniel says, I can't tell you because that's part of the investigation. They don't have on what we think they had on. I'll leave it there. Meaning he knows that they have something else on, but he can't tell us. He can't tell us. How interesting. When in the beginning he says, no, Lily has a pink sweater on and a white backpack with strawberries. And also in the beginning, he says Lily has on a Barbie top with a cream backpack with strawberries. Here, he's telling us he can't tell us what they're wearing because it's part of the investigation. Daniel, I always tell you this. You're not very good at this. Law Enforcement 101. They will never not tell you what they were wearing. Law enforcement. They don't hide what any missing person might be wearing, their whereabouts, where they might have been seen last, or anything. Okay? Now get this one. All right. He tells someone here, her Barbie top is here at my place. Right? on the very left-hand bottom there. Her Barbie top is here at my place. But Daniel, you just told news that she had her Barbie top on. So why are you telling others that she just has a pink sweater on? And you also say a white backpack with strawberries. Another one, you say a cream backpack with strawberries. And here you're saying, no, it's at my house. Compulsive liar. Yes. Oh my God, I bet he's getting a knock on the door. If he's not, I don't know why the RCMP is not knocking at the door. Britney Spears, knock, knock, knock on the door. Okay. Now, not a good look. Now, there's something that I want you to notice about this. You guys remember Daniel saying that there was 2 of his shirts that was taken. Malaya didn't take anything of Lilly and Jack's, he says, nothing of even hers, of her own. But he's wanting you to believe that Malaya took 2 of his shirts. Missy, if you go back to the beginning, you'll hear that. So he's wanting us to believe that Malaya took 2 of his shirts. And he also says, I hope that Jack and Lilly would not be found with my 2 shirts. Notice how these messages, he talks right here. Her Barbie top is here at my place. And then he talks about, I have everything the kids own and all Malaya's belongings as well. He admits it there. But then he says, took nothing except 2 of my shirts she stole. Very interesting. Very interesting how he flat out lies in 2 interviews that he gives. I think it's May 4th and May 5th. 2 completely different things. Completely. And then he says right here, they don't have what we think they had on. I'll leave it at that. Meaning he knows, but he can't say. And here, after talking about the Barbie, Lily had the Barbie shirt on. Here, he says, right here, where was it at? Give me 2 seconds, y'all. I have everything the kids own, as well as Malaya's belongings. And then he talks about those 2 shirts of his. Why are you talking about those 2 shirts of yours, Daniel? Why are you wanting it to seem like out of everything Malaya could have taken, her children's clothes, something to remember her children with, important papers, stuff of her own that she didn't take? She essentially left everything of her life and her children's lives that are missing, everything at your property. you talk about the children's Lily's Barbie shirt being right there when you already said that's what Lily was wearing when she went missing. And then you mentioned those two sweaters, or two shirts rather. Very interesting, folks. Very interesting. I really think he's telling us something. I don't find that a coincidence at all, that you won't tell us what the children are actually wearing. You tell different people different things. And you tell us openly that you know what they're wearing, but you can't say. You say everything that the kids have is at the house. So those two shirts is what we really need to be looking out for, in my opinion. No coincidence, Daphne. None at all. No. No, Anne, it actually didn't come out quite a while. I don't think it came out quite a while later. I think I might have it pulled up. No, it didn't come out quite a while later. I will tell you. They actually came out let me find it here. As Lily is described as having. Okay, right here. He says both of these interviews right here. Lily is described as having light brown hair and bangs. This is where he talks about pink sweater. This was May 6th. Here, Martell says about the Barbie one's May 8th. May 8th. Very interesting. Oops. I don't find that a coincidence whatsoever. Daniel, you have explaining to do. But he's too busy getting a love on the streets. Thank you, Diamonds. Has it been reported what clothes the kids were wearing on Thursday sighting near the mall? That is a great question, Diamonds, and it has not. No. I have no idea what the kids were wearing Thursday. I've wondered that myself. Very good question. Have no idea. The only thing that they say is that the children were seen with family members. That's all it says. Children were last seen with family members. Right? So, what does that say? Pictou County shows absolutely no sign of evidence of two missing children. I want to know why. He is planning something. Kidnappers of children don't steal 2 kids in 2 men's shirts. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So ridiculous. All right. So, y'all ready? Y'all ready? So, yesterday I did speak with Daniel's girlfriend's friend, and the friend I was kind of indirectly talking to the girlfriend, because I would ask the friend something and she would ask the girlfriend, Daniel's girlfriend, something. Summer's Army, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much for your support, my love. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling better, honey. And you know, like I said, she's answered me on things, and we're gonna talk about some of those things. Also, Daniel said the other day, I work with investigators directly multiple times per week now, answering questions and working out small details, and also bringing in new evidence and helping explore new angles. Daniel sounds so deep in this that he might as well be an investigator, like he's sitting at the boardroom table looking at new angles, new evidence. But he just said in his recent sit down interview that it's, you know, it's far more strung out now, that he doesn't hear from RCMP, but maybe once every 5 days, and he usually has to contact them. Right. He says so much. Now, I will say, I'm going to tell you, you're going to see that this girlfriend fully supports Daniel, fully supports him. And it's shocking to me. But, you know, we were talking last night on Shares, and Mandy was saying, you know, there's people out there that love guys in prison. Right. So it's, I guess I shouldn't be that shocked about it. But with her, she believes that Daniel is innocent, and she says that she is going, that she, when everything comes out, we'll all see the truth. We'll all see the truth. And one thing I got to say is, just because you feel loved doesn't make it love. And that's kind of the thing that I was really, everyone thinks everyone is a good person whenever you start out a new relationship. Everyone always feels loved in a new relationship. And nobody is thinking clearly when they're in love or lust. None of us are. None of us. It's a drug in itself. Love and lust, if you will, right? So his girlfriend lives a little ways away, not a different country or anything else like that. I mean, she just lives a little ways, like it's a drive, right? So I don't think that they get to see each other that much. But here's one of the messages that Daniel is showing, or I'm showing you guys. This is their little love message between them. I love you, babe. And I love you. I can't wait to see you and get a goodnight kiss. It's amazing to me. And now, allegedly, Malaya Brooks Murray, she is um, either has or is in the process of getting her, a new apartment and starting out, a new life, I guess, and people's like, well, she's got to live. And I agree. But I don't see, I just don't see how she could do anything like this whenever she has not even done anything. Right. Thank you, Pippa. Good to see you, love. How you doing? Thank you so much, Pippa. Hope you're well, honey. Thank you. And thank you, Lady for Justice, my dear. Appreciate you very much, honey. So, yeah, this is Daniel's love. All right. Starting out without the kids. Yeah, she's going to be um allegedly having an apartment, just her. Now, I have heard that she has been allegedly talking with people as well. I don't think it's as I don't know as much about that as I do Daniel's, obviously, but we'll see. Sometimes people move fast. Um, you've thought about this, Lakeside? So, McPerry, who are you talking about? Can we pitch in for the birth control and condoms? I pray that none of them have any more kids. Do not procreate anymore, please. These children have suffered. Is she renting an apartment on the reserve? I don't know where it is. Meadow is with CPS. Yes. Yes. Is into. Well, that's one thing that I was kind of going back and forth with her about last night. That she does not believe Daniel is on drugs. And Daniel is, talking about he has not been on drugs, he says, for 6 months. And I just have really one thing to say about that. I don't believe you, Daniel. I do not believe you. Hey, AB, good to see you, bud. To me, it's pretty damning, right? While 2 children are missing, he's trying to play house with his new girlfriend. But this is the thing that she doesn't even get yet, is that he is lying to her. Daniel is lying to her, saying he hasn't been on drugs for 6 months. While, hey, Jen in Georgia, good to see you, honey. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. While, it looks like the tip of his fingers have been burnt recently, in my opinion, allegedly. So, anyway, Daniel Martell is texting, I love you, babe, while the world is asking what has happened to Lilly and Jack Sullivan. Girlfriend is in the relationship for public attention. I don't think so at this point, Fran, because I have her picture. I know her Facebook account, all of that. And I know all of her information, right? And she did not want it out there. She did not want it out there. Right. Everyone's asking what happened to Jack and Lily. Daniel is just trying to get attention, trying to save his own ass, and DMing anyone that'll listen to him. But what I think is happening here, in my opinion, this new girlfriend of his, I would consider her pretty vulnerable based upon the things that she has had happen to her in the last couple years. Right? And we'll get to that. Give me a second. Give me a second. So the friend says she's had a rough past. Daniel supposedly admits that, yeah, he is a protector, right? And that, to me, him coming to this more vulnerable woman, it's a control tactic, right? Why isn't he trying to protect his daughter, Meadow, who's in CPS custody? Why isn't he trying to protect Jack and Lily by actually saying the truth, Daniel? We have 4 or 5 different stories on just what Lily was wearing. Daniel. Is Daniel preying on the emotionally vulnerable women to maintain influence or loyalty? Because this woman, what we asked her last night, and Spirit Seeker actually asked this question. If she knew Daniel was involved, right, would she turn Daniel in? And she said no. She said no. She would not turn him in. That's what she said. She would not turn Daniel in. Now, I appreciated her honesty, right? I mean, I give it to her that she was honest, and I wanted an honest answer, right? We all wanted an honest answer here. But she said, that's why I wouldn't wear a wire on him. That's why I would not wear a wire on him. Oh, it's a bad answer. Of course, it's a bad answer. Because are you protecting Daniel? Or are you protecting the children? Now, she gives kind of a double-edged answer, because she does say in one part of it, I need to find it. She does say that she would protect. What does she say, Spirit Seeker? I was shocked when she asked this. I'm looking for my notes here. She said she would come forward herself, though, but her friend wouldn't. Yeah. But it was something like protect the children, but I wouldn't turn Daniel in. I mean, Daniel is lying to her like a rug right now. Right? Daniel. Another character for Netflix. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Right. Daniel is wanting to shift the blame because the answer that I kept getting, right? I told her, I said, no one lies unless they don't want you to know something, right? And the answer is that they gave me was, where's my phone? Hold on one second. Let me get my phone, guys. One second. Okay. So let me get my conversation here. Um, one of the questions I asked was, were they together before Jack and Lily disappeared? Right? Were they together? And the friend and the girlfriend says no, says they weren't together. Now, I'm not sure if Daphne is still in here, but Daphne was saying that, what's her name? What's Daniel's cousin's name? I can't think of her name right now. I'm bad with names, guys. Uh, yes, she has kids. She has kids. Logan. Logan said that allegedly that they were in an open relationship. I don't see that happening. I don't see Daniel being the type that is okay with an open relationship. I don't see that happening. He's just, in my opinion, too jealous. Too jealous, right? But she says he's a protector, but Malaya turned his world upside down and has no reason to stand up for her. And I said, I believe he's protecting himself, and I do believe he was protecting Malaya in the beginning, but for their own mutual benefit. And I said, you don't protect Malaya by saying Lily is wearing a pink sweatshirt and quoted in one article, and then that she's wearing a Barbie sweatshirt in another article. And then you text people and say that you have the Barbie sweatshirt at your house. all the clothes at your house. That has nothing to do with protecting Malaya. Now he's throwing Malaya under the bus. And she says that her friend says that she's very happy and that she believes she's a good judge of character. Okay. Thank you, Spirit Seeker, for those. Thank you for sending those. So, there's that. Now, one thing is also interesting. Daniel does believe according to this girlfriend and the friend, that Daniel does believe that this will turn into a criminal investigation. And I believe that this is already a criminal investigation. Not only do I believe that, the Canadian, help me out, what you guys call it, crime, who was it? When they put out the reward, they edited, I did a whole live on it. They edited their post 3 times within 90 minutes. No, not Crime Stoppers, Major Crimes. Thank you, Abigail. Major Crimes and something else. Fran's a member now. Yay. Thank you so much, Fran, for becoming a member, honey. Appreciate you very much. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you, Jen and Georgia. Missed you too, darling. But Major Crimes, when they did the $150,000 reward, within three times within 90 minutes, they edited the same post saying that this criminal investigation, right? So, Daniel, you know that this is criminal investigation. You have been interviewed multiple times by the RCMP. So that's exactly right. Yes. And I think he's just doing it. You know, I obviously think he's obviously interested in women, but I think he is doing this more for the fact, look how good I am, right? Daniel wants someone to just show what good of a human being he really is, right? So I think it boils down to that. So he's, you know, he wants to show that he's posturing, that he's cooperating. If he truly thought the kids were somewhere else, Daniel, you'd be screaming it from the rooftops, not cuddling and saying that you're in love on Messenger. May have placed. I don't think so, Bobby. I don't think so at this point. I don't think so. So they say that they were not together beforehand. Did they know each other before this? I don't think so. At least that's the way I took it. Right? But any man who chooses any man whose stepchildren go missing under his roof and is still under public scrutiny, right, isn't getting any unrestricted time around other kids. I'm sure it's like that in Canada. It is in the States. You can't be around other people's children, like in a close setting, spending the night or anything, right? Daniel can't be around his own children at this time. And I told her, I said, why would you open yourself up to this if you have, you've had a rough couple years? This could open a whole can of worms, whether you allow your kids around him or not, right? She could be pulled into the investigation by association just by that. Karen, you'd be surprised, right? You'd be surprised. Justin, depends on why he's not allowed unsupervised visits around his kids. Well, the first thing that we knew, one of the first things I knew about this case after starting it, I started it no later than the next day, Saturday, was they took Meadow out of there quick, right? We were told that there were drugs in the house. That was the ongoing rumor, right? Do you know the people that fantasized about Ted Bundy and all of these killers? Do you not know? They love them. There's women that love these type of people. What did Spirit Seeker say? Let me look. I still believe his motive for having a new girlfriend is to make Malaya jealous. I think that's part of it. But I think it's also, to be his champion in this, right? The one thing that Daniel wants people to know, because Durwood said this, she said it, Daniel's a protector, right? Now, I think he is very controlling. The way Durwood, said, he's like, now Daniel is a protector, right? But I think he's emotionally controlling. I think he's a highly jealous person. He may not be physically violent. I don't know. Might be. But if he's drawn to women with rough past, right? Already, we're talking 70 days in of 2 children, not 1 child, 2 children going missing, and 1, his biological daughter, being taken away. That's a red flag. Hold on 1 second. That's definitely a red flag. Sorry, I had to get something to put on my lips. I cannot stand 2 things I can't stand: dry hands and dry lips. Okay. So I think he is picking out a vulnerable person. And let me say, she's a pretty girl. She's pretty. His girlfriend, she's a pretty girl. At least her Facebook picture is. I mean, she could be, everyone's pretty on Facebook, right? We're all pretty. Um, but she's a pretty girl. Um, I just wonder if Daniel made his new girl contact. No. No, I don't think so. Daniel's a coward. He will not speak to me. He won't speak to me. But I think he wants dependency, in my opinion. Now, the friend admits that she knows that he's lied. She's watched it. That's a direct quote from our messages. I know he has lied. I've watched it. Hold on, I'm getting. I'm talking to her right now. All right. Let me see what else. She won't turn on him, but she's honest. She's being honest. She doesn't think he did anything to Jack or Lily. Another thing that let's talk about the drugs. I'm looking at the messages about the drugs. Right? Daniel is fit. He has a six-pack and muscles. He isn't on drugs. Right? That's what she says. You're saying because you have a six-pack and muscles that he's clearly sobriety. And that is not true. Not true whatsoever, right? You can bench press 200 pounds and snort meth, and you can then probably bench press 400 pounds, right? It doesn't mean anything. It means absolutely nothing. I mean, have you not seen, like bodybuilders and stuff? Like they're fucking jacked, but they got a lot of drugs in them to keep them all like that, right? So there we go. What about his family, friends, and they're supporting his decision, in my opinion? I don't know if I honestly don't even know if his family knows about it. He's probably has an open relationship with their chances are that she would not be interested in him if there were no kids missing and she was single. I don't know. I don't know. But I certainly don't believe that. Oh, I need to show you this. I certainly don't believe that uh, being honest with her. That is for sure. That is for sure. One thing I wanted to show you guys on this, we've got a lot more to talk about, but I meant to show this the other day about drugs being in the house. And I am a firm believer based upon even Malaya's sister talking about Malaya broke down at the end of the driveway about Daniel being on math for the last 2.5 years plus, if it could be in the children's systems, right? Oh, I agree. I agree. Right. So let's, I want to show you this.
Boy is in Children's Hospital tonight
And the-
after tests showed he was exposed to cocaine. A 6-month-old baby boy is in Children's Hospital tonight after tests showed he was exposed to cocaine. KDK investigator Andy Sheehan reports the baby's parents are in jail.
The parents and the infant lived here in this house in Brookline, where police detectives say they found heroin, used syringes, and crack pipes. Tonight, they are in the Allegheny County Jail, and thankfully, the child is recovering in Children's Hospital. Matthew Bell and Lindsay Satterfield are now in the county jail facing a myriad of charges. According to the criminal complaint, their baby was rushed to Children's on Wednesday after a visit to the child's pediatrician found him to be extremely malnourished and weighing a pound less than his previous appointment. After admitting the baby to Children's, doctors detected the cocaine by urinalysis, and a social worker contacted city detectives, who then searched the house and interviewed the parents. Inside, police found heroin, used syringes, and used crack pipes, which they say Bell and Satterfield often used in arm's length of their 6-month-old boy. According to that criminal complaint, Bell told police he and Satterfield would break up the crack cocaine in their hands and then handle the infant. Neighbors like Amy Stangrecki say the opioid epidemic in Brookline has gotten out of hand.
And the past, I'm going to say 5 years, the drugs have gotten extremely bad here. It's very sad to see our community being consumed by this.
Now, after the baby is ready to be released from Children's, he will be turned over to Allegheny County Child and Family Services and will remain in their care until the courts decide the fate of the parents and whether they regain custody in the future. Reporting in Brookline, Andy Sheehan, KDK News.
Now, Daniel is supposedly talking to other girls too. From interesting. Okay, now watch this. This is very important because this is going to show about what happens to children who is exposed to math.
And what can we do to help? Remember to like, subscribe. Addictive, central nervous system stimulant. It differs from other drugs because it's synthetically made. It's processed by using chemicals and materials. Meth can be injected, snorted, smoked, and swallowed. How does it work? Meth works by releasing a hormone called dopamine into your system. This hormone creates a euphoric feeling, a great feeling of well-being. It gives them extra confidence. Meth is cheaper than most other drugs, as well as it lasts longer. This is why meth is one of the most popular drugs out today.
Yes.
The side effects of meth for the user can be a strong addiction and a quick addiction, as well as it causes insomnia and a decrease in reaction time. In large doses, though, it can cause death as well as stroke, convulsions, overheating.
Me either.
Physical side effects of meth include weak muscles, tremors, seizures, weight loss, kidney damage, heart damage, dental decay, which is often referred to as meth mouth,
Yes.
a dry cough, brain damage, liver damage, and damage to your skin that causes sores.
Now, can you imagine a child
Other side effects
being
of
exposed
meth
to this?
can be a loss of recall. They lose their ability to recognize people and places. They also tend to live in their own reality. They have a loss of reality. They ignore information that's given.
Which is what we talked about, right? There's the Lily had a cough. Yeah, she sure did. But that's what we talked about, the math psychosis. They can think that something is, why is this video not censored? Because it's educational. People need to know about it. But I mean, think about this. The people can think that someone is the devil around them. They can think that they need to unalive something or someone. Many times children get the brunt force of it. Many times animals get the brunt force of it. I told you guys about the case that I covered a few years ago, where the woman was on math. She thought her kids were Satan's angels. Trigger warning what I'm about to say. And the police, she called 911. She said, Satan's angels are in here. The police opened the door, and her 5-year-old's head was at the door when they opened the door. And the child's remains, along with the child's sister, infant, was in the bathtub.
Into them and only choose to do what they want to do.
Oh, it's usually
Meth can
mixed.
cause the users not only to have insomnia, but also anxiety, mood disorders, aggression, hallucinations, delusions, paranoia, homicidal, and suicidal thoughts.
There you go.
Meth causes damage to your brain, even after only a few months of use. It's often very similar to those of patients that are suffering from Alzheimer's disease. Because meth can also cause strokes and epilepsy, meth can cause social issues as well, such as violence, criminal activity, domestic violence, child abuse, as well as child neglect, and sexual abuse. Withdrawal. When people are going through withdrawal from using meth, they often go through depression, have extreme fatigue.
Alicia, if they know something and not saying yes, but they're not admitting that.
Aggression, anxiety, the paranoia, and they have intense cravings for more. I'd like to tell you a little story about the fatigue. On Christmas, when
Now, this is what I want you to hear right here. Listen to this, because remember, they said that they were in bed, sleeping or not, but the fatigue. Remember, after so many hours, they want to sleep, which is what we have been told by sources. We went over that live the other day, that they wanted to sleep. And remember, they said Lily kept coming in and out of the bedroom. Listen to this.
When we first got custody of our little group, bio mom and dad came over, AD and DD, were sitting on the couch playing with their phones when they started falling asleep. Neither one of them could seem to stay awake. And when we questioned them, AD decided to tell us that he was pretty sure that they caught narcolepsy. Let that sink in. Because I'm pretty sure that narcolepsy is not contagious. This is just a good way to show that they do live in their own reality. When meth users are recovering, they tend to show improvement in their cognitive abilities after just 3 months. And after 4 years, it's said that they can be healed. That's 4 years of complete abstinence from meth. They show a high success rate after only 9 months. How children are exposed to meth.
Listen to
And
this.
we know that these children in our
listen.
homes did not pick up those needles and they did not snort the meth. So how were they exposed to it?
Listen.
A lot of them were exposed prenatally. And another section of them were exposed to them by living in a home who was either a meth house, sold meth, made meth, or used meth. There's a residue that's given off from when meth is used or made, and that residue tends to coat everything in the home. These children, when crawling on the floor or touching their belongings, get the residue on their hands, and then they put their hands in their mouth, and they are testing positive when they're coming out of these homes for meth. Our little monkey, when he first came to us, licked everything. We couldn't figure out why he kept licking everything. Come to find out, when I did this research, I realized I think that he was looking for the meth. I think he was using the residue in his home to self-medicate himself, to get through his situation and help himself with his ADHD without really knowing what he was doing. It took about 3 months for him to stop licking everything. He licked floors, he licked tables.
Because they start essentially getting addicted themselves, right? They start licking these surfaces and they notice, oh, I feel better. I feel better, because it doesn't take much for a kid, right?
He even licked the
And if they eventually know what it is that's making them feel that way, they if, for instance, they knew what it was while the parents were asleep or anything, they could potentially get into it.
display case at a store. Very odd, different behavior. But that's sometimes what happens with these children coming out of meth homes. They don't know what kind of behavior is acceptable.
Exactly.
The side effects of children exposed to meth
Listen to
prenatally
this. Oh, I don't
is
care about
low birth weight, as well as a small head circumference, months to comfort and touch and sound. They tend to have developmental. We started her an early head start when she was just about 6 months old because she wasn't reaching her milestones. Usually, when a baby is born addicted to meth, the mother has had no prenatal care as well. And this can cause other issues. The side effects of meth on preschool and school-aged children are as follows. But first, I would like to say that these infants that were exposed prenatally will grow to be these preschool and school-aged children. So they will have the same side effects as they get older. Normally,
specifically, in my opinion, Meadow is very tiny.
at about the age 4.5, children.
And Malaya said in her own interview that the kids were behind from all the other students. Right?
Are tested. And when children that have been exposed to meth are tested, they often show low test scores, as well as learning disabilities. They have cognitive issues and behavior problems. They also show a lot of developmental delays, even as they get older. Meth affects a part of your brain that deals with your ability to learn and your memory, as well as motor control, motivation, and your impulse control. This is why children exposed to meth have so many issues with learning and impulse control, as well as their developmental delays because their motor skills are slower. Many children who've been exposed to meth have sensory issues and are often diagnosed with ADHD and OCD. They can also be diagnosed with autism and be on the spectrum anywhere from autistic to Asperger's. Some side effects that these children have are not because of the meth, but because of the treatment that they received while living in that home from their parents.
Listen.
Side effects that could include malnourished, unsupervised, especially during their crashes. This is when our little monkey,
especially during their crashes, right? Which I think, in my opinion, was going on Wednesday night, perhaps, or Thursday night. And I definitely think it went into Friday morning. They wanted to rest, but couldn't.
was out wandering the streets and almost got hit by a car.
You hear that?
Because when our unsupervised, especially during their crashes, this is when our little monkey was out wandering the streets and almost got hit by a car because his parents were asleep and could not be woken up. They could digest the drugs, which can often cause very serious medical issues and even death.
There you go.
They're exposed to violence, and they could even be exposed to sexual violence and sexual situations. They're neglected and abused, which is what gives them some of the developmental delays, because they have lack of stimulation and lack of socialization. How can we help these children?
So there's that. I wanted to show you guys that right there because I think it's important to know. Very important to know. And the credit goes to Adventures in Raising Grands. I think it's a very, very important thing to know because this is potentially something that could have happened in this home. I don't believe Daniel when he says that he hasn't done math in 4 months, especially when we know that their relationship was coming most likely to an end. What did Joe say? Should be. Oh, absolutely. 1,000%, Alicia. 1,000%. And I think that's why, in my opinion, Malaya's sister started kind of walking back some of those claims because she was blaming Daniel's family. Like, why are you allowing, him around the kids if he's doing this? Well, don't blame Daniel's family for that. That's all Malaya's fault, in my opinion. And it didn't look too good on Malaya. Right? Well, yes. And what did we hear when the very beginning, when the kids first went missing? What was it? They took Malaya out because they found drugs in the house. Why did Janie not want them in her cupboards? Right? Now, was some of the rugs sent over there, or were they in both houses? I don't know. But there's something wrong going on with this family, in my opinion. Right? Something is clearly wrong. Okay, 1 second. 2 seconds, I'm going to show you something. Okay. Let me pull it up. Might have been this one. All right, I want to pull this up. Credit goes to our friend Daphne. Make sure y'all drop Daphne's channel. Daphne's amazing. She really, really cares about these kids. She really does. And she works very, very hard on these.
Area and expanded out from that area in a meticulous
Watch this.
fashion. They're focused and tight searches, and nothing else was found.
And did you believe that those that the evidence
Yeah.
found was from children?
It appeared it was a possible boot print of a smaller boot
Listen.
print. So when we have a possibility like that, that's when we exhaust that area as well to make sure that that wasn't a clue that we were missing.
Thank you.
Hold on. Did I give y'all the wrong one? One sec. Okay. Nope. Sorry.
Lindsay Armstrong with Canadian.
You mentioned you're circling back to find clues. You talked about the blueprint. Are there anything you're looking to find, expecting to find, or usually find in these situations?
We're looking for any type of clue, any information to help us out, and then we'll take that information and work forward from that.
Second follow-up, is the blueprint still involved in the search process, or was that deemed to be not relevant?
I can't say it's not relevant, but it was the search was exhausted in that area, and we were not able to find any more clues or evidence in that area. So
thank you very much.
I want to show y'all something.
You just said to the previous question that the ground.
Now that you heard the RCMP speak about the boot prints, now I have a clip of Daniel Martell going over the prints found, and after that is the searcher talking about the boot print. Stay tuned.
Had her backpack with white, and it was white, with strawberries on it. I imagine now if they're in the woods that it'd be probably brown, but I don't see them carrying their backpack. I don't see them keeping a pull-up on for that long.
I don't see them carrying their backpacks. I don't see them taking out their backpacks, Daniel. And why did you say their backpacks? Why did you say their backpacks? It was only one child. Lily. Why did you say their backpacks? I want to show you guys a picture in just a minute of, I need to know if this is the blanket that was found.
After it got soaked from the very first day, we only found the 2 boot tracks outside of the house.
Whereabouts?
Right beside the house, probably 10 feet away from the backyard.
In the backyard, okay.
Nothing to the house. The only 2 prints are right beside the house facing the road, and then that's it. Post. Any officers they can get, have the New Brunswick border, PI border, and get them at every airport possible. Anybody who has any information.
The nearby pipeline trail, where a boot print was found during the initial search.
The boot print was on the pipeline, which is why we're extending our search efforts down the pipeline. We don't know for sure it was from the children, but it's the only real thing we've had to go on thus far, so we're just kind of investigating that further.
Hansen said about 65 people were in the woods on Saturday and Sunday, and 3 drones were also deployed to help. RCMP said a total of 8.5 square kilometers has been grid searched, but as of Sunday afternoon, Hansen said there weren't any new finds, and the search was suspended again.
So in our next clip, I'm going to be letting you listen to, it's the dispatch audio from when the searchers and the RCMP were on the pipeline trail and they found the boot prints. Now, the clip that I am using is from a channel called Plunder. I want to say thank you for letting me use this clip, as I do have the dispatch audio, but
Very
searching
important.
for all these clips takes a while, so I appreciate her work.
Child-sized blueprints in the mud here that are still visible. They're a bit eroded from the heavy rain, but they're still visible. So, not sure if you'd like us to continue on up the trail or what you'd like to do. Over.
Hang on, I'll let you talk. Let Greg tell you what he wants. Yeah, Lee, the gentleman that was here said that he broke some branches that he left out over the trail. So if you see those, that'd be great. But if you can send us coordinates or record coordinates of the footprints, if you're feeling up to it, I definitely recommend seeing if you can find anywhere track tracks where it goes off, and you guys want to keep walking it until you don't find tracks anymore. That's good, but just log them. Over.
Yeah, I've marked one set up on top of the hill with a stick and just a green nitrile glove. But I can go back and get some flagging tape out of my bag or just keep walking it. But they're definitely child size, and
Listen,
it's hard to tell how fresh they are with the rain from last night.
with the rain from last night, it's hard to tell how fresh they are. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Kind of interesting. One boot print, is it one boot print? Is it more?
Yeah, and Tommy, when you take photos of them, do you have anything to do, or anything of reference for a scale, a ruler, your hand, or something, an iPhone, etc.?
Listen to this.
Yeah, I've got my notebook, which is 6 inches, so it'll give you good reference.
So 6 inches. 6 inches. The notebook is 6 inches. Daniel, you planted them. You planted it. You know that. What's that? I was just wondering the same thing. I just asked that. Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting how Mr. Daniel did this whenever he wasn't around that day, right? He was out searching when the professionals had already searched that area, and then the family, in my opinion, is sent in a certain direction, and then there's this magic blanket found, which literally a dirt road, blanket found on this side of the road, literally this side of the road, blanket found on this side of the road. On the other side of the road in the woods is where the what's it called was found. The shoe print, the boot print. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Why isn't anyone talking about the mom's part? Well, this is the thing about the mom's part. To me, she's just as guilty, if not more. But the thing about it is, she's silent. You don't have anything to work with when it's silent, when someone's silent, other than you look really crappy. You know what I mean? You look really, really crappy. Maybe just directing them from away from where they're in. I don't know. That's it, Mouse. That's it. I mean, all we can say about Malaya is what she said in a few text messages, what she has said on the 2-minute interview, and what the family member contacted me and told me when she was on the beach. Right? Seems like when Daniel talks, truth is opposite. Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course. Daniel is a liar. He is the most manipulating liar that lies about his lies out of any case I have ever seen. He wants to be a superhero. He wants for people to like him. And I mean, everybody wants people to like them, but you're lying on these children, right? You're lying on these children. Daniel will say things like, thanks for talking about the kids. And why don't you, Daniel Martell, stop lying on the children? How about that? How about that? You can just go tell the RCMP the truth for once. Just go tell them the truth, Daniel. Stop lying over and over and over again. You want these little women that are vulnerable that you're talking to. Don't play, Daniel. Showing how you're such a good boy. Go to hell, Daniel. Everyone's tired of it. Everyone's tired of it. Go tell them where Lilly and Jack are. It's not mysterious that you think 2 of your shirts that you claim was stolen could be with Lilly and Jack. We've got the text messages, Daniel. We're 70 days in. What's that? Which cape will he wear when he's missing sweaters? Right. And Malaya, shame the hell on you as well. Shame the hell on you. You just start a new life? Is that what you're doing? Just onward and upward. Never mind. 2 kids are missing and 1 is taken. Like, what the hell is wrong with people? What is wrong with them? Have done the worst. Well, Malaya, I think, allowed it. Right? And you know, we were kind of talking about this last night. About, hold on, let me turn that music off. I just realized there was music on. You know, if you go over what Belinda said, right? You go over what Belinda said. And she said Malaya was just about as good of a mother. Hold on. Yeah, fuck them. Sorry. Belinda said that she started having Malaya was the best mother you could fathom, right? She was just the best mother you could ever have. And she would never hit the kids, never whip the kids. She was totally against it. Right? Someone else said it too in an interview. I can't remember. Maybe it was Durwood. Exactly, Wonder Life Alone. Daniel, be a true protector and hero for fucking once. But this is the problem. It might go against you, right? So you're too busy saving your own ass. Let's be real, Daniel. Sorry, guys. I'm just so tired of the manipulation that this bastard plays. Like, for once, I'm mad. I'm mad about this. I usually don't get mad, but I am mad that he has the, as we say in the South, the gall to do something like this. Right. Oh, thank you for talking about the children. Stop lying about the children. I usually don't get pissed off. I usually try not to take it personally or anything like that. But I have just seen this bastard lie to women, to you, to me, to reporters. And then he tries to act so innocent, like, oh, I'm here to help. No, you're here to fucking lie again on top of your lies, Daniel. You are as fake, as phony as they come. I'm a little out of character right now, but fuck you, Daniel. Really. I'm pissed. I'm pissed because I know what this bastard has been saying to these women, just wanting them to, pump him up a little bit. Yeah, I'm a protector. What? Protecting your meth in the bathroom, maybe, but that's it. That's all you're protecting, Daniel, and yourself. You don't give a fuck about anybody else. You don't. You don't care about anybody else. There is 2 children right now laying somewhere in Nova Scotia. And this could all be over. This could all be over if you just get up off your ass, stop thinking about yourself, and go tell. You too, Malaya. Equally you, Malaya. Joe, don't worry about those people over there. Don't worry. They're fake anyways. Thank you, Fran, for becoming a member. We're real. I'm just pissed. Like, I've just never seen someone lie like they lie like this. And he can't help it. That's the thing. He can't help it. He cannot help it. His impulsiveness can't help it. He is a phony as hell. My birthday is in 2 days from now. And after that, I swear I'm going to get my brakes changed and some tires, and I'm fucking to come into Canada. We'll get groups ourselves. Follow every trail, Daniel. I'll get an ATV. Lying bastard. Stop lying, Daniel. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I believe there was some party either Wednesday or Thursday at some point. I do. I absolutely do. I've actually got some more messages I need to dig out from that neighbor who was talking about what he believed happened. It's crazy. It's like, I don't know, like, what the RCMP is doing. Like, I don't know, because I have shown you quotes where this mother chicken is saying multiple things, right? You can't say she's got a Barbie shirt on and then say she's just got a pink sweater on and the backpack is white, or then it's cream, and then say, no, it's in my house, and then say, we can't tell you, and expect there to be any, sometimes there's these rational, you get a little confused or whatever, and, know what I meant was this. I get that. But those you cannot misread. You can't misread that there is this and then no, it's in my house. You can't mess that up. You can't mess it up. Oh, yeah. And then to act like, thank you for talking about the kids. You lying prick. It's every day it's something. Every day it's something. Oh, Spirit Seeker, I didn't show those messages. Which one was it? Do you know which one it was? His word upside down. This is the friend who said this last night. And Daniel doesn't like it that he's got a new girlfriend out there. That the world knows now, Daniel. That the world knows. And also, you never know, Daniel. We might have more girls you've talked to out there. You never know. Bastard. Okay. If she, this was last night. If she has kids, she would have talked with investigators. She is safe with Daniel. Meaning the girl is safe with Daniel. Hold on a second. No, he's not. No, he's not. People are just doing that. No. No, he's not. He's not. I just looked. Okay. You can confirm what I said. And then he said, she said, fuck Sonny, she's mute me. Okay. I'm New Brunswick. Okay, Justin, what is your number? That is when she called me last night. And then I gave her my number. If anyone mentions any creators, mods, immediately remove it. Tell them to stop. If not, then block them. Imagine starting a new relationship while the babies are out there. Oh, yeah. Daniel, right now, I'm getting messages from this person. He is fucking livid right now that I busted his ass out. Daniel. Yeah, I got something for you, Daniel, and I only use this for you and one other person, Daniel.
Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
Okay, there you go. You don't like it that I put your little messages up, Danny. You don't like it. I'll be holding you in my arms pretty soon, poo-poo. You don't like that, Daniel? You know what we don't like? We don't like it that Jack and Lily is out there and you're lying like a fucking rug on them. That's what we don't like. So how about that? So go fuck yourself on a Tuesday. How about that? No, he's not. He's not. Don't mention any creator. You're going to be blocked. I'm just going to tell you. I don't care. So, oh, my messages right now are going ching, 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 ching. Oh, I know it's Sunday. I know. I didn't even go to mass this morning. I was up till 5:30 this morning working on this case. If it doesn't matter, the mother is to blame, both of them, for bringing them in the home. Listen, I agree. And I know people's like, well, why don't you give Malaya as much hell? I can only say, Malaya, you're a piece of shit for not speaking about your kids. What else is there to say? It's obvious, right? We just have Daniel's words lying on top of one another, right? Drama goes where drama is. That's why I'm saying here. Exactly. Exactly, Rainbow. Exactly. So, you know, Daniel smokes crack and I don't care. Okay. That's all I got to say. I think they both were mean and cruel. I do too. I do too. I think there's no other way to put it. These kids were neglected. These kids were neglected. Daniel says that photo with Meadow, right? That photo with Meadow was just the other day. What, a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago. If that is Meadow just a couple weeks ago and she's that tiny at nearly 2 years old, that's a problem. I know you are, Ash Cash. I just cannot believe. It just blows my mind. I say this 1,000 times, but I'll say it 1,000 times more. It blows my mind that there are human beings that know where children are laying at right now, somewhere where they have no dignity, right? That something tragic took them out, right? Usually neglect of some sort, right? Or an accident. And they won't say. Don't say you would, die for your kids or something like that. And you won't even tell the truth about where they are. Right? Don't say that. Because you're full of shit. If that, most people's like, I would go to the moon and back for my kids. I would die for my kids. Well, you won't even potentially go to prison for your kids. And if they're gone, who would want to live anyways? I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to live if I didn't have my kids like that. Right? If something happened to them, heaven forbid, I don't care if they're, 4 as in, Jack, or 400. It doesn't matter. And you got Malaya. What the hell is she doing? Absolutely nothing. Checking on apartments, allegedly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Almost 19 months old. Poor kids. Can you imagine? I mean, it is Summer Wells 2.0. By the way, guys, we are going to be live on Summer tomorrow. I plan on doing at least 2 lives tomorrow. Tomorrow, if you know anything about the Summer Wells case, like if you've ever followed me or any other creator about Summer Wells case, it is opening back up again. There is things coming out in the Summer Wells case, new leads that the TBI may be doing another search very soon. I'm sorry, honey. I love you, honey. I'm sorry, Crazy City Chickens. That's tough. Yeah. So he is. He's a prick. He is the biggest pussy that there is. Too scared to even click a link and talk to someone who actually may ask him a real question, like myself or Deception Detective, who knows how to interview these mother chickens, who's not afraid, not, hi, Daniel, how you doing? Hope you're okay. Now, is there anything else you'd like to tell us? Get someone up there with some real kahunas and take the questions, Daniel. But you would look like even a bigger idiot for someone who knows how to interview and actually, God for once, have a follow-up question to your question. You would hate that, wouldn't you, Daniel? I mean, the CBC even said, which is unlike mainstream media, to say, this really doesn't make sense. This really doesn't make sense, Daniel. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Well, do you care to explain? If mainstream media says, Daniel, this really doesn't make sense, you're fucked. You really are. And Daniel does think it's a criminal investigation. So I would really love to hear. Nobody's asked him. Nobody has asked him, what dirt roads did you go up that day, Daniel? What dirt roads? Did you go left or right? Nobody's even asked him that. Like, nobody. Which roads did you go, Daniel? He'll tell you the roads. It may set you out in a direction, or you might go the opposite direction. I don't know. But it would be nice to hear his lying ass response. Oh, he knows that, Callie. He knows that. Right? Yes, Jana, I did. I told Daniel to go fuck himself on a Tuesday in the pouring rain without a fucking umbrella, for all I care. I usually do not talk like this, guys. If you're new here, I am sorry. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'll be back in a little bit. I've got to go take some of these messages. You never know. I might come back with some more things old Daniel is lying about. You've motivated me, Daniel. I'll come to Nova Scotia and look myself, okay? All right, guys. Love you. Apologize for my cussing. It's very unprofessional. I rarely get like that, but you are liar, Daniel. Dirty Diana, thank you. Hello, Justin. How are you? My love has been rough. Oh God, Diana, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you, Paul. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Thank you, Paul. That's very kind of you. You never know. You never know. All right, guys. Thank you. I'll see y'all later, okay? I'll be live with Summer tomorrow. You stay strong daily, honey. You're going to kick cancer's ass. That's what you're going to do. 1 hour of Picto? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.